Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
Good morning, students. I hope you are doing well at your home and doing your studies very well. Let's start our session for today. As we have discussed in our last lecture, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is chapter 6, life process. And this is part 1 of this chapter. And in today's part 1, we are going to learn about the first topic, that is what is life process. That is the name of the chapter itself. So what is life process? Why we need such life process? Why we need to perform such life process? What are the reason behind performing such life process in our day-to-day life? Okay? So here is the definition for that. The process which together perform the maintenance job are life process. So what is the definition of life process? Is the maintenance job processes, the processes which maintain our body in order to survive, in order to exist. Okay, so all those life processes are known as, all such life processes are come under this class. We have mentioned their name one by one. Okay, there is one more definition which you can see is the life processes, that means the processes which are performed by living organism present on the earth to maintain their existence or for their survival are known as life processes. That means today we are alive. The reason behind is life processes, because in our body various biological activities is taking continuously 24/7, and because of that only we are alive. If any one process or any one process stop doing its work or its misconduct start taking place in our body, then that result into severe disease or severe disturbance in our body, which may lead to death also. So let's see one by one which are those life processes which are so important for our existence and for our survival. Okay, so number one is nutrition. Nutrition is a life process in which we just intake of food to provide energy to the body to perform various functions. Okay, so to perform various function, body need energy. So from where that energy is going to come? So to get that energy, to derive that energy, we need food. So process of intake of food is nutrition. Okay, अगर हमें कुछ भी काम करना है, हमारी बॉडी रोज बहुत काम करती है, बहुत सारे फंक्शंस करती है, फिजिकल, मेंटल. सो ये सारे फिजिकल और मेंटल प्रोसेस करने के लिए वी नीड एनर्जी, एंड दैट एनर्जी कैन ओनली बी डिराइव्ड बाय मींस ऑफ फूड ओनली, है ना. एनर्जी डिराइव करने के लिए फूड की जरूरत पड़ेगी. सो जब हम किसी खाने को खाते हैं, सो द प्रोसेस ऑफ इंटेक ऑफ फूड, खाना खाना ही न्यूट्रिशन होता है. ओके, सो द प्रोसेस ऑफ इंटेक ऑफ फूड टू प्रोवाइड एनर्जी to perform various function is known as nutrition. Second is digestion. Second life process is digestion. That means whatever the food is eaten by us, now we need to digest that food. So what actually digestion mean? Digestion mean to convert the complex part of food particles into simple absorbable form. Because whatever the food we eat, it's a complex food. It contains some complex organic molecule in that. So by the means of digestion, what we do, we convert that complex part into a simple absorbable form. Because our body can't directly absorb the food in its complex form. We need to convert that complexity into a simplicity, into a simple thing. Then our body can absorb the energy present in that food. So which process help us in doing that? That is digestion. Digestion help us to convert our complex food particle into a simple absorbable form, so that body can easily derive energy from that. Okay. The third is excretion. So after the digestion of the food, whatever the useful and necessary component was there in the food, that is being absorbed. Then after the absorption, whatever the waste remained, whatever the unwanted thing of food remained, so that unwanted thing has to be removed from our body so that it doesn't create any infection or any bad thing inside our body. So process of removal of that waste from the body which is not needed by body at all, so that process is known as excretion. So in the process of excretion, what we do, we remove the harmful waste which is formed during the process of digestion. Okay, so the process through which we remove the harmful waste from the body is known as excretion. Then the next is respiration. So what is respiration? Okay, now whatever the food we have intake by the process of nutrition, then that food has been converted from complex to simple form by the process of digestion. Now whatever the simple form of food is there, now we have to make energy from that food, from that simple absorbed form of the food. So the process of deriving energy from the absorbed food is known as respiration, and that process is performed by the cells, and it is also known as cellular respiration in our body, because the process of respiration in our body is performed by the cells. That's why it is also known by the name cellular respiration. So what is respiration? Respiration means to derive the energy from the absorbed food. Okay, that I have written on the board. Then the next is transportation. Transportation means after absorbing the food, okay, that food has to be transported, okay, to each and every body part. So that process, okay, and that work and that function is done by the process of transportation. So by means of transportation, just the transportation, the road transportation, air transportation, what they do, they transport the goods from one part of the city to another part of the city. In the same way, whatever the absorbed food is there in our body, it has to be transported to various parts of the body for their growth and for their function. So that transportation is done by means of transportation process. The next is growth. What is growth? Okay, after absorbing the food, after deriving the energy from that food, that energy is utilized by the body parts of the organism for their growth, to increase their size. Okay, just like we are increasing day by day in our size now. So that process which help us to do so, that process is growth. So by the process of growth, the increase in size of the body parts of an organism, okay, take place. The next is control and coordination. Now what are the processes we have learned from nutrition to growth? Now see, all these processes are taking place simultaneously in our body. It's not like that whenever the nutrition process is going on, other process will be stopped. Okay, in our body, all the biological activity, numerous biological activities is taking place in our body simultaneously. So how to control, how to coordinate, and how to maintain the balance between all such biological activity and the processes. So that work, that function is done by control and coordination, in which our brain and spinal cord play the important role. So control and coordination process maintain the balance between all the various processes taking place in our body at the same time. Okay, is it clear? Now next is reproduction. So by the process of reproduction, each and every organism give birth to new organism of its own kind to maintain its existence. ठीक है, हर एक ऑर्गेनिज्म अपने ही जैसे ऑर्गेनिज्म को बर्थ देता है, ताकि उसकी जो पीढ़ी है, उसका जो उसके जैसे जो एनिमल्स है, उनका एक्सिस्टेंस अर्थ पे बना रहे. So the process by which each and every organism give birth to a new organism of its own kind to maintain its existence is known as reproduction. And the last process is movement. This is our last process, movement. So by the process of movement, we do the locomotion. For example, see, I am standing here. Now I need to go there, so I will go like that. So whatever the motion I have done, so that motion is possible by means of movement. Suppose I need to move my hands. Okay, whichever body part I move, that is need to be moved by means of some code, some message, that is being done by the process of movement. So by the process of movement we do the locomotion or motion of various body parts. Okay, so there are the all necessary life processes which we do in our day-to-day life, okay, to maintain our existence and survival. Okay, so they are, again let's summarize them. It is nutrition, that means to intake of food; digestion, that means to digest food and convert it into a simple form from complex form. Third is excretion, by this process we remove the waste from our body. The next is respiration, by this process we derive the energy needed by the body to perform various activities. Then next is transportation, by this process we transport the absorbed food and energy to each and every part of the body. The next is growth, by this process we the increase in size of the body parts of an organism take place. Then control and coordination, all the biological functions, all the biological activities, all the various life processes taking place in our body simultaneously are being maintained, balanced and coordinated by the process of control and coordination. Okay, then reproduction, by this process each and every organism reproduce the organism of its own kind to maintain its existence on the earth. And finally the movement, by which we do the motion of various body parts of our body. So that's all for this topic. Okay, let's students start our next topic of today's session. Our next topic is modes of nutrition. Now we have just learned what is nutrition. Nutrition means intake of food to provide energy in the form of nutrients to the body to perform various functions needed or various other activities. Okay, so that is nutrition. Now let's learn how the process of nutrition taking place in various organisms. What are the pattern followed by various organisms while doing nutrition process? So that question is modes of nutrition, and in board exam this question is going to become for 4 marks, because the chapter 6 life process as per the board paper style, okay, or as per the board marking scheme, these chapters will be asked in section D in 4 marks. Okay, so what is the question? Explain the mode of nutrition in organism. So there are 2 modes of nutrition. Okay, there are 2 types of modes of nutrition taking place in living organism. The first one is autotrophic nutrition. So what do you mean by that word autotrophic? Auto means self, trophic means nutrition. So autotrophic means self nutrition. Self nutrition means to make own nutrition. Okay, self nutrition means to make our own nutrition by the organism by the process of photosynthesis. That means in this autotrophic nutrition, organism perform or make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. And for carry out the process of photosynthesis, they make use of sunlight coming from the sun in the form of sun rays. They make use of CO2, carbon dioxide present in atmosphere, in air, and water which is absorbed or which is conducted by the plant through root from the soil. So to carry out the process of photosynthesis, plants need 3 things, that is sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. Sunlight is taken from the sun in the form of sun rays. CO2, carbon dioxide, it is obtained from the air in atmosphere, and water is absorbed from the soil by the roots of plant. So all autotrophic organisms are those organisms which does not depend on other organisms for their food requirement. They are capable of making their own food, and to make that food they has a special pigment known as chlorophyll in them, and by means of that chlorophyll they make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so let's see which are the steps which are generally involved in the process of photosynthesis. So there are 3 steps in which your photosynthesis process take place. The first step is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. As I said, ठीक है, all autotrophic organism has a special green pigment which is very necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis, and that green pigment is chlorophyll. So in the first step, what is doing by the what is done by the plant is they absorb the light energy coming from the sun in the form of sun rays, ठीक है, and they absorb only 1% of that sunlight. This we have learned in our last chapter which I have taught to you, that is chapter 15, है ना, because whatever the sunlight is coming from that, only 1% sunlight is absorbed by the plant. So whatever the sunlight is absorbed by the plant by means of chlorophyll, that is the first step, ठीक है. Now second step, conversion of that light energy. As I said, whatever the light energy is absorbed from the sun, now in the second step, what plant will do? It will convert that light energy into chemical energy, ठीक है. So whatever the light energy of sun is there, it is being converted into chemical energy, and simultaneously splitting of water molecule into its component hydrogen and oxygen is also taking place. So in second step, two things are being done simultaneously. Firstly, ठीक है, conversion of light energy into a chemical energy, and secondly, splitting of water molecule into its component hydrogen and oxygen. Then third, that is reduction of carbon dioxide into water. So whatever the CO2 is absorbed by the plant from the air present in the atmosphere, that CO2 in the third step is converted into a food, that is carbohydrate. So these are the three steps which are taking place during the process of photosynthesis. Step number 1, absorption of sunlight by chlorophyll. Second, conversion of sunlight, that is light energy of sunlight, into a chemical energy, and simultaneously splitting of water molecule into its component hydrogen and oxygen. And lastly, the third step, that is reduction process. Now you know what is reduction process. So reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate, that is the third step. Okay, done. Are you getting my point? Okay, so these are the three steps which involved in the process of photosynthesis, and this question asked in 2 marks. So it's a 2 marks question, and it's very important question. Okay, done. Now let's see some important things related to this autotrophic nutrition. First of all, you can see the note, that is plants store food in the form of starch. So that is after performing the process of photosynthesis, whatever the food is formed by the plant, okay, that is what are the carbohydrates made by the plant, all those carbohydrates are stored in the form of starch, which is one of the complex form of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is a big series, okay. In that series, starch is one of its complex form in which plants store its food in that form, okay. Second, plant take in CO2 and move out O2 through tiny pores on its leaf surface called stomata. That means during the process of photosynthesis, whatever the gaseous exchange is taking place of O2 and CO2 gases, that gaseous exchange is taken place through the tiny pores. छोटे-छोटे holes होते हैं leaves के ऊपर. So that tiny pores are known as stomata, है ना. That means during the process of photosynthesis, to take the CO2 gas in, to move out the O2 gas out, that all that process is taking place through the tiny pores of stomata, and those tiny pores opening and closing is controlled by the guard cells. That means whatever the stomata opening and closing part is there, that opening closing part function is performed by guard cell. That means whenever the CO2 gas has to be taken in, guard cell open the stomata, okay, then close it. Now after the photosynthesis process, whatever the oxygen gas is formed, it has to be removed out from the leaf cells. So during that, what will happen? Guard cell again open the stomata, O2 gas moves out, then they close it. So in short, opening and closing of stomata, tiny pores, is being supervised, or you can say controlled by guard cells. Okay, and lastly, the chemical equation related to this photosynthesis process. So whatever the photosynthesis process is carried out, this is the chemical equation for that. that is CO2, it is absorbed from the air. H2O, it is absorbed from the soil. Okay, now this 2 goes into the chlorophyll. Over there sunlight is present. Now this sunlight converted into a chemical energy, then chemical reaction between these two take place, and due to that chemical reaction, whatever the CO2 is there, it is converted into a glucose, which is the simplest form of carbohydrate. Just now I have said, just like starch is the complex part of carbohydrate, glucose is the simplest form of carbohydrate. And carbohydrate are those nutrients which provide energy to our body. Whenever we need any energy in our body to perform any function, that energy is come from carbohydrates. That energy is provided by the carbohydrate nutrient of the food, because our food contains various nutrients like carbohydrate, nucleic acid, vitamins, minerals. So out of that, carbohydrate is there which provide energy to our body. Okay, so whatever the food is formed by the plant after the process of photosynthesis, it is stored in the plant in the form of fruit and vegetable, in the form of starch as a carbohydrate. Okay, and that starch, that carbohydrate is converted into a glucose. Okay, पता चल गया? Now next, heterotrophic nutrition. Our next mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. Now it is the exact opposite of this. Autotrophic organisms make their own food by the process of photosynthesis, that they are independent as far as their food requirement is concerned. But when we talk about heterotrophic nutrition, okay, heterotrophic nutrition, organism depends on other plant or organism for their food requirement, because they can't make their own food. Why? Because they don't have chlorophyll in them. So due to absence of chlorophyll, it is not possible for them to carry out the photosynthesis process. For that purpose, they have to be dependent on other organism or plant for their food requirement. So those organism and those mode of nutrition in which organism depends on other plant or organism for their food requirement is known as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now this heterotrophic mode of nutrition is further classified into 3 types, that is saprophytic mode of nutrition, parasitic mode of nutrition, and holozoic mode of nutrition. So what is saprophytic mode of nutrition? In this mode of nutrition, whatever the organism, microorganisms are there, they feed on the dead bodies of other plant and animals. That means whenever any plant and animal died, so on their dead body, such organisms feed. That means they fulfill their food requirement by feeding the dead bodies of plant and other animals. So when such organisms which carry out their nutrition process by feeding on the dead body, they are known as saprophyte, and their mode of nutrition is known as saprophytic mode of nutrition. Then next is parasitic mode of nutrition. In this type of mode of nutrition, bacteria, microorganisms like bacteria or virus, okay, they goes into the body of other living organism and they start feeding the living body of that organism. Okay, that is the difference. In saprophytic, organism, microorganism feed on the dead bodies, whereas in parasitic, microorganism feed on the living body. That means they feed the living body from their inside, and that living body is known as host. Okay, the living body on which your bacteria is feeding, that living body is known as host. So within, inside that living body of a host, microorganism like bacteria slowly and steadily feed and fulfill their food requirement. So such organisms or bacteria are known as parasites, and their mode of nutrition is known as parasitic mode of nutrition. And the third is holozoic mode of nutrition. So in this modes of nutrition, organism feed on either the parts of the other organism or plant, or they consume the whole body. They engulf the whole body of the organism. For example, non-vegetarian people, they eat the flesh of other organism like meat, chicken, all those things. Okay, so when such organism which feed on the body parts, or they consume the whole body of other organism, then such mode of nutrition is known as holozoic mode of nutrition. So that's all for today's topic. Okay, this topic was the mode of nutrition. There are 2 modes of nutrition in living organism. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition, in which organism make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. They don't depend on other for their food requirement. Whereas in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, organism has to depend on other for their food requirement. Okay, and they eat other organisms to to fulfill their food requirements need. Okay, is it clear? So that's all for today. Okay, in today's lecture we learn about the two topics. First topic was what are life processes and its various type. The second topic we learn is nutrition and its modes. Okay, and both the question are of 4 marks as far as your board exam is concerned. So hope you will go through this topic and you will learn this question at your home. Okay, we will see you in our next lecture. Till then, take care. Bye bye.